Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic, and this is another reaction to Nisemonogatari. And it is episode 2. And you know what to do. As always, if you want to see the reaction itself, go down into my descriptions. You will find a link which will lead you to the reaction. Just replace the circumflex dot parts with real dots and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here to hear my thoughts and opinions about this episode, which was really strange. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, well, I got kind of warned that season 2 or the Nisemonogatari part has, let's just say it mildly, a bit more of fan service in it. But damn, that's quite a lot. So, it's a strange thing. Right now it feels to me as though we are getting to know the characters again. So like they want to show me who those characters are, and they just go a little bit overboard in some of those things. But it's nice because a lot of the behavior, a lot of the surroundings is something that I can be reminiscent of, which I remember from the first season, from the Bakemonogatari. So let's go through it. So this seems to be very much centered around Karen, around the bigger sister of the two fire sisters. So in the intro I could see some bees as well, so there is something. I'm not sure if we will have at all anything supernatural, and I would be fine if it wouldn't be. So it might be it is just about those two sisters and what they do on daily life, and maybe if Aragi is able to keep them away from learning too much about his secret. That might be. So, but we will see. So she's 15 now, she has a black belt, which is impressive, to say the least. While the little sister is 1 year younger, and a bit more hysteric. But they seem to have this game of rescuing, of being heroes, you know, trying to help everywhere. So that's something quite positive. But it seems as though the story is developing towards that they try to find out about the snake's curse from the last season and where it came from and everything. If they would investigate on that more, it could be they are stumbling over their big brother and his secret. I mean, the snake did escape at this time, so as far as I understood, there should be possibly a dead kid somewhere around in the last days or weeks. And it wasn't really talked about that yet. So we will see. I guess Aragi doesn't want them to find that. Just guessing. Because it would make his life way more complicated as it is already. So, well, we will see. We had him, however, meeting 2 of the girls from last season this time. So, he was already on the way to one of them. And she, as I already guessed, was kind of happy to have him visiting. And she stated she has no time at any other day but 2 days, so he has to come by. And now we know why, because her parents are gone and she can try to lure him into her trap there, which was, well, interestingly set up. So she dressed way more provocative. She made her hair for him. She cleaned up her room, as one could see. She has something hidden in the closet, I guess, possibly. Not just guessing here, but I guess she hid her, like, I don't know, like, not just puppets, but like all the stuff that is not very grown up yet, so that she seems to be more grown up and more of a possible partner for him. And she really tried to get him into whatever kind of touchy mood. Stating that he's only allowed to sit on the bed, that he cannot sit anywhere else. She wanted to play games with him which require you have to do stuff the other says, so possibly like going for kissing and more. And in the end she even wanted to play Twister with him, so that they have more contact on each other. So I can see where she is going for, and well, he's in the position that he's the one who gets lured into this. I think he is kind of aware. He's not really stating it, but I guess he's aware of at least a bit of it. Maybe not how much she tries. But she gave us some information that that Rara, I'm not sure who Rara is. I think I missed that one. But at least some of the people at the middle schools tried to find out more about this snake's curse from the past. Her snake curse in the end. How it came to be, and possibly they will ask how it vanished as well. And by doing so, then we bring in the Fire Sisters, who are trying to find out about that as well. I mean, if you want to be like justice itself, then you would go for everything that seems interesting. In the end, he was more neither rescued by the fact that the parents arrived pretty soon, and so he was leaving. He had to leave because she doesn't want her parents to see her the way she was. So at least in this moment, it is clear that she just dressed that way for him. She wouldn't normally do it. So it seems more neither all of the girls are hitting on him, or at least trying to make their very own experiences with him. We then had Kanbaru, who always was very strange, to say so. Who always stated that she likes girls, but somehow still is playing, at least with Araragi, in the meaning of testing her limits with him. So she stripped on the phone while talking to him, stating, when I'm at home, that's completely okay because I'm at home and I can do what I want here. She forgot to close the door, so Grandma saw her, and she was depressed about that maybe she will never talk to her again. Well, question is why grandmother looked grumpy. It might be because her granddaughter has just stripped in her room and is phoning. But the other thing could be she's maybe grumpy because she remembered the time when she looked like that. Never forget that. Old people were young ones too. And so maybe it is that. However, she was still lying there butt naked and depressed when he came to visit. I totally like the fact that they are going for the books again in this enormous amount, completely too much. We had this in the past in the one episode where he was at her house the first time, at her home, and the room was filled with books. I like that they still go on with that, so that she is completely into books and sports. So that's an interesting thing. And he tries to help her cleaning up the room in the end. While he seems to be not very much aware of what books are what. So if there are differences between the books, what they're writing about, and so on. I thought the thing, and I liked it, that if you do not know something, then it all looks the same to you. So as example, if you have no clues about cars, then a car is a car for you, you know? Or in this case, if you have no clues about books, they all look the same because there were all those red books, you know? And in the moment when he took them, they were black books. So there's just, he didn't read, so he doesn't know what it means. For him, it's all very cryptic. So I like this fact that they pointed this out, and this is why it looks so all just the same book for him. So yeah, cool thing. She then requested some stuff from him, which was leading towards the end. And I mean, saying I am your slave for today is possibly not the best wording. But on the other hand, he's a creep, so possibly he would even do it. She dressed again. Well, she put on 2 parts of clothes, so not so much of dressing up. And they talked a bit about her past, about the time that she was in this very strange camp training. However, in the end, I think it was the first time that we had the kind of talk they had all the time. Him and one of the girls, like the opposite way around. Normally, it is that the girls are talking to him and getting him confused and setting traps for him. That he has to decide whether he's one kind of creep or another kind of creep. So he was the one that was always out-talked. I'm not sure how to say it, how to paraphrase it. He was the one that was mostly losing those battle of tongue, of wordings. And this time it seems to me as though he was the one setting up traps for her, because she stated that he's a bigger creep than her, and he was more neither stating that she's maybe the bigger creep and being in a basketball team maybe because she likes boys and so on. So he was the one this time. That was surprising a bit for me. And she tried to disprove this theory in a very strange kind of way, which I really don't understand. Well, she, let's just say she went for the bullet's horn. The what's it's not bullets, the bull's horn. That's it. I don't know where this is leading to. It's just strange. He has a very strange kind of life. I was aware that there was one moment when she talked about Hachikuji. I'm just searching that one. And completely in the end, she stated something like that he stated something that he would never no matter how or when I encounter Hachikuji, I will never open the conversation with sexual harassment. I'm not sure about that one. I will have to check. Because in the end, it is always that, if you remember. But it was very fitting, so I will have to check the next time he encounters her, if he really doesn't. He is... I think he's always doing it, so what? However, I wrote something down, a question that came to my mind. So he had the meeting in the middle of this episode with his sister, and she was walking on her hands, and she was he tried to push her over, and she was then standing on all fours backwards and was doing backflips and all those stuff. So she's incredibly sporty, really massively good in sports and trained, black belt as was mentioned already. And I asked myself, who is more into sports? Who one could guess is more sporty? Is it his big sister, or is it Kanbaru? Because both of them are considered to be extremely good at sports. And even don't forget, Sensugahara is said to be as well very sporty. And if you look at all the other girls, they are all quite good. There's no question there. He seems to have a surrounding of female persons who are all pretty well crafted, pretty strong, pretty sporty, in very good health and shape. So that's interesting. We haven't seen much of Sensugahara working out at all anymore, training or anything. For Kanbaru, we have seen that she was running around still. For his big sister, we've seen. So that's interesting to me. Who of those two possibly is in better shape? Although I know they are doing different kinds of sports, but still, what do you think? Who is in better shape? I am not so sure right now. Normally, I would have said Kanbaru because she's running around all the time and everything. But after seeing this, the way that Karen is training and running around in the city, I'm not so sure anymore. Because right now, I would guess it is Karen. We will see. However, next episode. I mean, it is still about the bee. I would really like it if it would not be about anything supernatural. I would really like when it is just about his two sisters trying to solve the case of the snake. Well, it's family, you know. And it's about how he tries to handle this, maybe trying to lure them on a wrong way or whatever. It would be kind of interesting to see that, and the family relation between the three of them. Maybe we will catch a glimpse on the parents, because there wasn't much yet, right? So I guess that's where we are going, because she got the call, and in this one, some moments we couldn't hear what was on the phone happening. So I guess he heard what they talked, and we will get that later on, what they talked about. So let's see where this is leading, and why the heck Senjugahara abducted him later on. Although, seeing what has happened just in this episode when it comes to relationships with other girls, I guess she might have felt she needs to convince him that he gets everything he wants from her, if you know what I mean with that. So the abduction and torturing and playing with him there might be just that. Kind of a kinky game. We will see. That's it for this time. I liked it. It was an entertaining episode. And I will see you the next time. Until then, please feel free to comment, to like, and to subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.